it might be of benefit to some parents. Hello, everyone on Facebook, on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. I decided to go live on Family Life Builders TV today because I feel what we're going to be talking about will be so much helpful because of the feedback we had last week from parents. So they believe that teaching the teenagers about purpose fulfillment should also involve the parents, of which I believe and I agree with that we need to also involve the parents. So today, I'm just going to recap of what we talked about last week, okay? So last week, we talked about purpose discovery, and I talk about understanding purpose. I made a brief explanation on Erickson's stages of development. And I talked about the fact that when your teenager, when they miss that stage of adolescence where they have identity versus role confusion. So if they are unable to discover who they are going to be confused for the rest of their life until they get to understand that that was actually the reason why they have not been able to get things right in life, right? So I also went ahead and I talked about activities of developing goals after you have been able to discover your purpose, discover the reasons for your existence. And I talked about a need for everyone to develop the SMART goal and work towards it actionably. And by actionably, I mean when you have a goal, this is how it's been designed. I wish I can teach using a board now. So when you have, say for example, you want to become a boxer. Let me use that example. So if you want to become a boxer, what should you be doing on daily basis? Now, you don't just want to become a boxer. Maybe you want to become a world known boxer by 2025, right? Now, once you show us that that is what you want to become, the next thing you need to do is this. You are going to write it out that I now became, you say it like it has happened. You say, I now became a boxer in year 2030. You write it in the past. You know why you should write it in the past? It's because your subconscious mind, I must have taught that class sometimes. You can find it on our YouTube channel, either on Family Life Builders TV or on Women's School of Transformation. I know I taught the concept of the spirit, soul, and body before. Now, here's the thing. Your subconscious mind and your conscious mind does not know the difference between what has happened, especially your subconscious mind, does not know the difference between what has happened and what has not happened. So when it's searching, it's going to keep searching to find out what has happened. And then it will make you go on a walk, a real walk into getting it done or making it happen. So this is how it goes. Once you write it in past tense, your mind will always tell you to keep working towards becoming that thing if you haven't become it. I remember when after having my first baby, my children were back to back. So when I had my second baby, I was really down because I honestly did not, have all the, support that I need. But then at some point I told myself that I can do all things, and I put myself together and I got a book. I don't think the book is here, but I got a book, and the book says focus on your dream. You can go get the book. Focus on your dream. And I everything I've forgotten about myself, everything I've forgotten about my dreams, about my visions, everything came alive. uh what I was unable to do within 6 months, I was able to start doing those things. Why? Because I was able to align my goals with my action, with my purpose. So, as a teenager or as parents who is currently parenting teenagers, and you really want them to be useful for themselves and enter their purpose on time so that they don't just waste time. Because what I found out, Dr. Miles Monroe of blessed memory said, when the purpose of a thing is unknown, abuse is inevitable, right? So when people don't understand the reason for their existence, they do anything. They go out with wrong people. They do what they are not supposed to do. They not only do what they're not supposed to do, they also do things that will bring eternal consequences. And that's the word. So when these children, when they understand the reason for their existence, they will be guided into doing it right. And when they are guided, one of the things you guide them into is to set a goal for themselves that will move them towards that dreams, that vision, that mission. Now, when they set the goal, remember, a smart goal it should be simple, it should be measurable, it should be achievable, it should be realistic, and it should be time bound. That's why you need to put time on it. So I want to become this in so time. Everything must align. And when they align, that helps your subconscious mind to help you head it into coming to pass. So that's how to align your goal with your purpose. I'm going to say that again. You align your goal with your purpose by number one, what is that purpose? I've talked about it. You can go back and watch last week's video. What is that purpose? And then after knowing that purpose, what's the next thing? Okay, these are the ways by which I want to get that purpose done. That's setting a realistic goal, having a life mission, having a life vision. And then every day of your life, you walk towards that thing. You wake up every day walking towards, if you wake up in a day without walking towards your goal, is wrong. You're not doing it right. So when you have it, I have series of they're not it's not on this workstation, but in that other workstation there, I have series of journals where I have those things laid down. So everything I lay down to do, if for example, I'm working towards a number of books. So when I'm working towards a book, every day I set out a time to write at least one page, at least a page. Now, what is the mission? Sometimes the book is not going to be out until 1 year because I'm still doing some research to add more to what I'm doing. Right. Now, when I walk towards it every day, if I'm going to the field to get the survey done, to give the survey out, I do it maybe once in a week. Now I'm walking towards it. I'm walking towards it. One day it will come to pass. That's how to work out things. There are so many, everything that I've been able to achieve in this period of time, or from the moment I got that understanding, I was able to achieve them through the power of setting goals and working towards it with actionable steps. But I make sure that the goal align with my purpose. So everything I'm doing on daily basis, I'm doing it in line with my purpose. And that's how to guide your children. And if you are a teenager, you're watching me, that's how to also guide your life. Now, having said that, you cannot underestimate the power of journaling. You see, as young people, as a teenager, like I tell this story every time. As a young person, I did not have the opportunity when I was, young. I'm still young. When I was pretty more younger as a teenager, I did not have the opportunity to read storybook. Most of the book I read is the Bible majorly, and then some other books. Then I have so much burden. I have so many things going on in my mind, and I will write them down. I never knew it is called journaling. And as I was growing, I realized I was doing the same thing when I read the Bible. Then I will write and write and write and write. I'll just have series of things will come to the Holy Spirit will give me, and I will begin to write about those things. And so I've always enjoyed writing, but I never knew that eventually writing will be something that I will be doing consistently and speaking as well. So, what am I saying? Make sure that everything you do on daily basis aligns with your purpose and you journal your feelings and your emotion. And that takes me to the last thing I'm going to be talking about today. Because when it comes to fulfilling your purpose, something is very important. And that thing is developing good relationships. You see, one of the challenge I've seen in teenagers is that it's hard for them to develop relationship. They believe that the people they actually need is their friend. My daughter was giving us an example today, and she said friend end with END. So he said friendship my hand. He said when it comes to family ends with ILY. She said ILY means I love you. Right? I listened to that. I laughed, but I took time to think about it. Most of the time, family, friend, somehow they can be intertwined. Some friends can act as family and they can be with you forever. It only takes you to understand that does your purpose align? When your purpose align, people like that stay with you forever. I was talking to my mom's friend yesterday and we spent over an hour talking. She has been my mom's friend before I was born. She has been my mom's friend since 1960 something, and they are still friends till today. So it's okay to have friends, but you must ensure that those friends are very important. And I'm going to tell you this as a teenager or as parents that when you are developing relationship towards achieving your goals, because you won't be able to achieve your purpose on your own alone. You can't do it alone. One, you need God. Two, you need people. And three, you need resources. One, you need God to achieve your purpose because He's actually the one who gave you. It's in Him we live, we move, and have our being. So, number two, you need people, you need network. And you see, teenagers generally can have the tendency to feel I can do everything by myself. I know everything until you grow up and you realize you don't really know anything. So you need three different set of people. You need a mentor. You need accountability partner and you need friends. You need a mentor, you need accountability partners, you need friend. Your accountability partner might be your therapist and your coach. Those two people, they are very important. They might be your counselor as well. Those they are very important. Those three people are very important. You need your friends, you need a mentor, you need a coach. Your life and my life generally will move faster when we have people that we are accountable to. When I have people, I still call a friend today. I called my friend and I said, see, where are we on our book, right? Because why? When we have accountability partner, it makes us move faster. It makes the journey, it makes it work faster. And we were discussing, I called another friend and we were discussing about, life generally. And she was able to encourage me, right? So we need those people in our lives. If we are going to fulfill our purpose, we need those people in our lives. And our young people, they feel, oh, I know everything, I can do everything. But they will get to that point when they realize that, oh, I don't really know much, I really need to know more. And that's why, as parents, we must guide our teenagers. We must help them to focus, to choose. Like I already have a mentor for Esther. I have one of my friends, and I'll say, Esther, did you call this person? Because she's someone I trust, spiritually, academically. I know that she can be like a mentor to her. So let's help these children develop mentor. That's how they can actually be able to fulfill their purpose. So I'm going to quickly do a recap for those of us that did not watch. It's a friend of mine actually said I must do the part 2 of the video this week. The time is so tight, but I said I'm going to do it, right? So let's do a recap. Our teenagers, we must help them to find who they are, because there's going to be a problem of identity versus confusion if they miss the stage of identifying who they are. And the next thing that will happen after they find it, they align their goals with their purpose, meaning everything they do daily, including the games they play, it must align with their goals. It must work towards fulfilling their goals. And the next thing, we want them to be able to solve problems. So when challenges come their way, we must learn how we can support them. Emotions are so much for teenagers, but we can always support them. And I'll tell you how you can support them. God taught me this lesson, and I love to share with parents. When my daughter is strong-willed, just like me, whatever I want to do, I would do it. When I tell you I'm going to do something, I stand by my word. I'll do it. Sometimes it's not convenient for me, but I will do it. Then God told me that the best way to deal with a strong-willed child is to be humble. So I discovered that when she's trying to scream, and I say, okay, what do you want? And then she will calm down. And I realized she's the sweetest person that you can ever imagine. That is where we need to help them. And we can't help them if we don't even know who we are. So ourselves, we must identify who we are also. I remember 2015, we were having some challenges, and I was seeing a woman of God. And I was there and I was screaming on David. David was maybe 4 years old or thereabouts in 2015. And the woman said, what is your problem? What exactly is your problem? This child has nothing to do with what you're going through. And I discovered that when you are at peace as parents, it reflects in how you support the children. The reason why we repeat pattern that we call generational curse, they are generational attitude that we did not deal with in our lives as parents. So we make it to be transferred to the children because we did not deal with it. So I beg every parent, if you have any challenges, learn to deal with it. Become intentional about dealing with those challenges so that you don't transfer it to the children. If you once you are healed yourself, you will see you will have a good relationship with your children, especially your teenagers, and that way you can help them, guide them into fulfilling their purpose. If you are going to enjoy rest as parents, the best thing for you is to help the children discover their purpose. And I'm so happy. We have so many coaches today. I'm happy about it that coaches are coming out teaching about purpose. And I want to see more Nigerian parents, pastors, coaching children into experiencing a life of purpose earlier in life, because that will really, really help them become the best version of themselves. I see God I see God opening doors of opportunities this season. But those who have the vision already are the people that will be able to enjoy the season. I see God doing great things in our generation. I see God working wonders in the life of the children. I see him using children, using teenagers to transform generation. I see him using the life of that child that you think is too much, is too hard, is too difficult. I see God changing that child into the best version to be useful to his own glory for this generation. That is what God is set to do. But you know what? Only those who have the understanding of time, and understanding of time comes when you intentionally support those children into fulfilling their purpose. A life of purpose will open doors because you will be guided. Immediately you are guided and you are doing the right thing, working towards that purpose every day. You realize before you know it, you will get there and you see opportunities will begin to open up. That is what God is bent on doing for this generation. It's going to surprise you. That child that you thought is too much, is too wicked, is too troublesome, is too wayward. You will see changes. Changes will begin to happen for that child. Immediately they get understanding, a grasp of who they are in Christ, who they are to the family, who they are to the world. Remember, the questions we ask is, who am I to the world? What am I supposed to be doing to my world? I think that question is in the purpose driven life. Go and get the book, read it. As parents, read it. And I just pray that God will continue to help us. Yes, the season is transforming. That's the season that we have. That's the season that we have. And once we have that understanding, like the sons of Issachar, you will see that doors of opportunity will be opening in their own accord. Because why? You align yourself with the purpose of God for your life. I was teaching about opportunity yesterday, preparing for opportunity yesterday. And I remember talking about the way the reason why people miss opportunity is because we're not preparing for the opportunity. So I made a joke sometimes ago. I said somebody will kneel down and be saying, Lord, send me destiny helper, send me destiny helper. I said, what is that destiny? Right? If an angel come to you now and say, what exactly is that destiny? Because there are opportunities everywhere. The destiny helpers are everywhere. But they did not know you because you are not doing what they can help you with. You are not doing what God has assigned them to help you with. So you need to start doing what God has assigned them to help you with so that they can see you and so that they can help you. You can't do it alone, but God has assigned angels, people to help you. And I see God saying, girl, I'm waiting for you. Come on. This is what I want you to do. This is what you are doing. There's no provision in this one you are doing. I've made provision. If you can do this, I've made provision. If you can do it, I've sent people to you, but you're not doing it. Preparing for opportunity for the season. Time and chance will not just come. But when you prepare for the time, when you prepare for the season, it will come suddenly. And you'll be like, oh my God, where has this people been? You know, that is what happened when we walk in purpose. It's so dear to my heart this season that parents will rise up and help the children. But we can't help them if we, I'm sorry, if we can't help them if we don't help ourselves also. So I just pray that God will help us this season. One of the things I want us to do is let's reflect. Let's think about some of these things that I've mentioned, and I just want to say this again: in your family, in your home, spend time to talk to your children about purpose. Don't assume. Don't assume. I preach to my children. My children call me mommy coach. I intentionally asked them, have you given your life to Christ? When they were 3 years old, I preached Christ to them because your God is your number one purpose. Is in him we live and move and have our being. So it's essential that we let them understand Christ. And once they understand Christ, you begin to guide them, you begin to lead them. And we must be guided and be led, even as parents, and live an exemplary life. It makes life easier, even for our children as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I don't know if we have any question. Uh, and okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I love you. I celebrate you. I pray that this week will be beautiful for us. Doors of favor will open unto us in their own accord. Heaven will remember us. God Himself will make a way for us where there seems to be no way. This season, the wisdom that we need to lead the children aright, to lead ourselves aright, the Lord will grant unto us. Thank you so much, everyone. I love and celebrate you, and I'll see you some other time. If you want me to talk about anything, just let me know. I just don't want to be creating videos that will not be useful for people. So, uh, yes, just send me a message. Send me a message, and we will check. We will check and we will respond to you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, the woman and more. Go and join my sister. She's a coach. She teaches about purpose. Go and join her. Check out her page. Check out her work. And thank you, the Ademorewa. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate you all. If you want me to do anything, any video, my people on YouTube, I can't see you. I'm sorry. On Facebook, I can't see you either. I don't know. I need to ask this question from StreamYard. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.